Greetings! My name is Kimberly Kubicki and I'm the administrator for Joyful Belly's online certification programs. I wanted to welcome you to the program. We're so excited to have you with us and also share with you a few tips for making the first few weeks easier. So number one is planning your entry into the program. Getting organized and staying organized is the key predictor of success. So getting into a routine is essential. And a lot of times the hardest part is just getting started. We find that of the students who do drop out of the course, 90% of them drop out within the first 2 weeks. So don't become a statistic. I want to help you avoid becoming a statistic. Listen and re-listen to this video as many times as you need to get yourself on track. So the general weekly schedule is that homework is released every Friday and it is due 9 days later on that Sunday by 12 midnight. So ideally, when the homework is released on that Friday, you read it over and get a sense of what you need to accomplish in the next 9 days. Then you begin planning your week. So create a general weekly routine for preparation, for doing the actual work, and for attending classes. In terms of preparation, when will you review your assignments and shop for your food experiment? To keep organized, our best students pick a time to grocery shop weekly and always make sure that they have the food that they're going to need on hand so that they're never without the ingredients that they need to complete the food experiment. Next, when will you do the work? When will you listen to the pre-recorded lectures? When will you complete your homework? When will you do your body awareness exercises and food experiments? Some of the body awareness exercises you do every day for 10 minutes for up to a week. So it's good if you plan it and keep that consistent. And then finally, when will you attend class? We have 3 live classes a week. We realize not every single student can come to every single class. So which classes will you be physically present for and which classes are you going to miss? And for those classes that you miss, when are you going to listen to the recording of that class and do the worksheet that goes along with the recording? Ideally, that happens within the same week so that you're staying current with what everyone else is on. So if you miss a Wednesday class, ideally you listen to it by Sunday night so that the next week you know what we talked about the week before and you're ready to go just like everybody else. Then, once you create this schedule for yourself of when you will prepare for school, when you will do the actual work, and when you will attend the live classes, confirm that schedule with your work, with your family, make sure that everyone's on board with it, that it's realistic, and that it's going to flow well. Then, once confirmed, put that schedule into a calendar of some kind. Now, I personally recommend Google Calendar. I find it really useful. We're going to be doing a lot with Google Drive. So it's, in my opinion, it's worth it to just set up a Gmail account if you don't already have one. And then once you set up a Gmail account, your Google Calendar is automatically linked to it. But you don't have to use a Google Calendar. Whatever calendar organization system works for you is great. Next, I want to discuss our policies. So, like I said, you get your homework 9 days before it's due. Unless you make prior arrangements for an extension, you need to turn your homework in on Sundays by 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time, or you incur an $8 late fee. Now, that late fee is not meant to be punitive. It's meant to keep you on schedule, keep everybody on schedule, and to prevent anyone from falling behind so that we're all on the same page. Another thing that we ask that you do on time is make your tuition payments. So for most of you that are on a payment plan, your tuition is automatically deducted from your credit card each month. And that's great. That should keep things really easy and simple. If for some reason you need to change which credit card is being billed or change how you pay, let us know right away and set up the arrangements for that. This way you'll ensure that you won't lose access to your download box or to live classes. As long as you make your payments on time, your access to all course materials will be uninterrupted. Next, I want to talk about technology issues. Now, the technology can seem really overwhelming at first, but don't worry. I'm going to send you preliminary emails leading up to the course that contain links to tutorials for each of the different pieces of technology that we'll be using in the course. So listen to the tutorials, complete the worksheets that go along with them, play around with that different technology, get familiar with it, and then know that we're gonna spend the first week of class going over the technology. So hopefully everyone is comfortable with it right from the get-go. This doesn't always happen, and that's totally fine. Feel free to post any additional questions that you have to the Facebook group. This way, the entire class gets the benefit of reading your great questions and the answers to those great questions. It also makes it more efficient for us so that we're not answering the same question multiple times. Chances are, if you have a question, at least one other person in the class has that question also. If you still need tech support or support of any kind after asking your questions on Facebook and getting a response, then please reach out to me. You can always email me, Kimberly@joyfulbelly.com, and I'll be happy to assist you. We can either discuss it over email one-on-one, or if you need a phone call, I'm happy to do that as well. Next, what to do if you fall behind. So stressful life events happen. And sometimes they happen for students right in the first few weeks of school. If and when a stressful life event happens, stay calm. After the first 3 weeks, most students find that they are in a good rhythm and school becomes much easier. It's those first few weeks of getting started that can be challenging. But once you get into your routine, it just kind of flows like clockwork. We do our best to work with each and every student to accommodate their individual needs. So communicate any concerns you have to me as soon as possible, and we'll do our best to find a solution. If you know you're gonna have to miss assignments because of something, like you have to take care of a sick loved one, or you're going on vacation, or you have a really stressful week coming up at work, let us know. We're happy to accommodate that. We wanna see you succeed, and we understand that these kinds of things happen in life. To keep everyone organized, we don't accept last-minute requests for extensions unless there's some kind of an emergency. If you do fall behind, complete the current assignments before you worry about making up what you missed. So listen to the lectures and complete the work that we'll be discussing in that current week before you worry about doing something from 2 weeks ago. The course is not necessarily cumulative, so you won't be lost when we're talking about stomach ulcers if you haven't attended all the classes about burping. Similarly, you won't be lost when we're talking about kapha if you haven't listened to the lecture about vata. So keep current as best you can. Prioritize completing assignments for the current week's classes and use the breaks, the study breaks that we have and holiday breaks that we have, as time to catch up. And to see when those breaks are, look in your download box and download the calendar for the year. And that'll break it down for you when you'll be off. So after the first 3 weeks, it's gonna be a breeze. Don't get afraid, paranoid, upset, hopeless if you fall behind in those first couple of weeks. It's very common. You're probably not the only one. After a few weeks, everything will fall into place and you'll feel great that you persevered through the challenge. So again, we're excited to have you. Welcome to the program. We're excited to both teach you and learn from you. Congratulations on being here, and I will talk to you all very soon. Thank you.